Hey there, animal lovers! Have you ever heard of animal races beyond the usual horse races and dog races? Well, get ready to be amazed because we have got the top 10 animal races that you never knew existed. From racing snails to dog sledding, this video will take you on a wild ride through the most unusual animal races around the world. So buckle up and join us on this exciting journey to discover some of the most fascinating animal races that you never knew existed. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the top 10 animal races. Snail racing. Yes, you heard it right, snail racing. It's a popular sport in the UK where people place bets on the fastest snail. The race course is usually a circle and the first snail to cross the finish line wins. Now, we know what you're thinking. How can snails race? Well, some snails are faster than others, and they can reach speeds of up to 50 yards per hour. It may not sound like much, but when you're watching a snail race, it can be quite thrilling. Hamster ball racing. Next up, we have hamster ball racing. This sport originated in Japan and has gained popularity in the US. In this race, hamsters race in a ball on a track made of tubes and obstacles. The balls are transparent, allowing the audience to see the hamsters racing inside. The hamsters love it too, as they can run around freely without getting tired or hurt. It's a fun and exciting race to watch. Cow racing. Have you ever heard of cow racing? Well, it's a sport in Switzerland where farmers train their cows to run on a racetrack. The cows wear a special saddle with a jockey who rides on them, and the first cow to cross the finish line wins. The jockeys use a whip and their voice to encourage the cows to run faster. It may sound odd, but it's a cultural tradition in Switzerland and is celebrated every year. Crab racing. Next on our list is crab racing. This sport is popular in Australia, where people bet on the fastest crab. The race course is usually a circle, and the first crab to cross the finish line wins. The crabs are placed in the center of the circle, and the audience can cheer them on as they crawl towards the finish line. It's a unique race that showcases the beauty of nature. Penguin racing. We're heading to Antarctica for our next race, penguin racing. Yes, you heard that right. Penguins race on a frozen lake, and the first penguin to cross the finish line wins. These little birds are surprisingly fast and can reach speeds of up to 22 miles per hour. The races are usually held during the mating season when the penguins are full of energy and are looking for a mate. It's a fascinating sight to watch these little creatures racing across the ice. Yak race. Have you ever heard of the Great Himalayan Yak Race? Yes, you read that right. Yak racing is a real thing. In this offbeat race, these shaggy creatures compete to see who can make it across the finish line first. It's a sight to behold as these massive beasts thunder down the track, their long hair flowing in the wind. And don't be fooled by their seemingly lumbering appearance. These yaks are surprisingly nimble and can reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. It's a quirky event that's sure to make you do a double take. But one thing's for sure, if you're ever in the Himalayas, you won't want to miss out on this wild and woolly race. Frog racing. We're back in the US for our next race, frog racing. In this sport, people bet on the fastest frog. The race course is usually a circle, and the first frog to cross the finish line wins. The frogs are placed in the center of the circle, and the audience can cheer them on as they jump towards the finish line. It's a quirky and entertaining race that's become popular in recent years. Camel racing. Next up, we have camel racing, a sport that originated in the Middle East and is now popular in many countries, including Australia. In this race, camels run on a track, and the first camel to cross the finish line wins. The riders sit on a saddle and use a stick to encourage the camels to run faster. These majestic animals can reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour, making it an exciting race to watch. Ferret racing. Moving on to ferret racing, a sport that's popular in the UK. In this race, ferrets run through a series of tubes and obstacles, and the first ferret to cross the finish line wins. The ferrets are trained by their owners and are often given treats as a reward. It's a fun and quirky race that showcases the agility and speed of these small animals. Dog sledding. Last but not least, we have dog sledding, a sport that's been around for centuries and is popular in the Arctic regions. In this race, dogs pull a sled on a snow-covered track, and the first team to cross the finish line wins. The dogs are trained and well cared for by their owners, and they love running in the snow. It's a breathtaking sight to watch these beautiful animals racing through the snow-covered landscape. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 animal races that you never knew existed. These races showcase the diversity and beauty of the animal kingdom and the unique ways in which humans have found to interact with them. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll see even more fascinating animal races that will leave us amazed and entertained. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more exciting videos about animals.